Hello and welcome to Berlin, and isn't it great that we can say that, because this of course is the first time that the Longines Global Champions Tour have come here to the German capital, and it is another city centre location. It is fabulous to be here in the Sommergarten, which is near the radio tower in Berlin, and I'm delighted to be joined in the studio by Marco Danese, Sporting Director of the Longines Global Champions Tour and Global Champions League. So Marco,
Hi.
Super to be here.
Yes, beautiful.
Everything you expected,
new
place, everything you expected. Now you've seen, the crowds are coming in, the horses are here.
Yeah, it's a challenge. Every time when we go to new locations is a challenge, because we have a lot of things to do.
I bet.
For a new place.
I want to hear all about those challenges, but firstly, it's a fabulous location and another city centre location, which is what the Global Champions Tour is all about.
Yeah, one of the goals of the Global Champions Tour is to go to the capitals, to the big cities. And as you know, we have Rome, we have London, we have Paris, we have Madrid, a lot of European capitals. So Berlin is simply what we need to complete our tour.
A very important city for the Global Champions
Tour. Yeah,
it's
a very important
here.
city, and it's a very important country. Germany is maybe the most important country for equestrian sport, and equestrian is very popular. The riders are very popular. Everybody knows, and the crowd normally is huge in the competitions in Germany. So to be in the capital of Germany it's important. Was one of the goals when we started with the idea to have the capitals in Europe.
Yeah, we're expecting there is a very big German contingent here this weekend. Of course, we're expecting a big, knowledgeable crowd here in the Sommergarten.
Yeah, normally they are really expert in our sport. They know the riders, they know the sport, they know the rules. So it's interesting when we have the public in Germany. It's more or less the same in France. When they know the sport, it's fantastic.
So come on then, how long has it taken to bring the Longines Global Champions Tour to Berlin? How many years?
We start almost 2 years ago with the first plans, and normally we have to fix our calendar 2 years in advance. So normally we try to make our plan 2-3 years in advance.
And what was it about the Sommergarten in particular? Why here? Why in this beautiful garden?
It's a very nice place. It's let's say easy to do the event here. Sometimes we try to do the event in the middle of the city, in center of the city, like in Rome, like in Paris, like in London this year. So, but was not easy to find a location in the center of the city. This is close to the center, is a nice area, and where they do events every year during summer. So it's a very nice location.
Yeah, it's a natural amphitheatre. We've got the sand arena. It slopes down, which does create a good atmosphere for the jumping.
Yeah, normally the arena is in grass here, and they do a lot of concerts, a lot of events during summer. Of course, they did not expect to have an equestrian event here. They were a little bit surprised when we came with the proposal to do the event here, but then they accepted. They put a lot of enthusiasm and passion on helping us to build this event here.
And this is the biggest show jumping event of it in Berlin at the moment. This is the most important, most significant.
It's the only one in Berlin. That's why there's a lot of expectation about that in the equestrian sport in Germany.
So we should have a really good crowd, good atmosphere here this weekend?
I'm sure. Yeah, it's very good.
Looking forward to it. Right, Marco, you're going to stay with me because I want to find out all about the logistics of how you bring a top-class sporting event to a city centre location or here to the Sommergarten, the logistics and the things that go on behind the scenes. So Marco, stay with us and we'll be back after this short break. Now, before the break, we were chatting to Marco Danese, Sporting Director of the Longines Global Champions Tour and Global Champions League. He's staying with me. Can talk about some of the challenges, but it is the Marco Show, joined by Marco Kutscher. Marco, lovely to see you. Great to be here in Berlin.
Yeah, absolutely. Long time ago that we have had a show here in Berlin. Everybody was looking forward to come here. About the venue, I'm quite impressed. It's very nice for the public, I think. For us riders, it's a little bit small place, so I'm looking forward to the first class, seeing how the horses are jumping in here. It's going to be a hard weekend for the course designer as well.
But in terms of an event here in Berlin, you must be proud being a German, having an event in the capital city. And Marco and I were talking earlier, it's the biggest show jumping, the only top-class show jumping event in the capital.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said already, many years we have had no shows in the past. Berlin was one of the main shows during the year. They have had some great indoor shows, outdoor shows as well. And I think the last 6, 7, 8 years there was nothing going on here. So I think for the people living in Berlin, it's a very nice thing, but also for everybody in Germany.
Yeah, great to be here. Marco, Marco D. Marco K says it's a small arena. We have arenas of all different sizes and with different footings throughout the championship. What were the logistics or the challenges, let's say, or what were the considerations of bringing an event here to the Sommergarten?
Yeah, when we go to a new place, we have to consider a lot of things because we have a lot of requirements. It's not only the size of the arena. Of course, the size of the arena is one of the main points. But this arena, as Marco said, is small, but it's not the smallest one. We have smaller arenas like Monaco, like Miami. So it's small, but the horses are used to compete in small arenas like in the indoor arenas. Now we are coming from some big arenas like we had in Chantilly, or strange arenas like we have in Paris, which is a square instead of rectangular arenas. This is oval arena, so it's different. Of course, the dimension of the arena is the first point, but then we have to consider a lot of things. Of course, we need space for the stables, we need the space for the warm-up arena, we need the access for the tracks, so there are a lot of different things to consider. And
the access to the trucks here has been tricky because you can't get big Arctic lorries, big huge lorries into the site, so you've had to do, for example,
we have to move the sand with small quads from the parking area to the venue. This is one of the most difficult things here.
Incredible. So you've literally been wheelbarrowing the sand down from the edge there.
Exactly, correct.
You must be exhausted.
yeah. No, it's one of the most difficult points here.
And Marco, for the viewers at home, the guys that aren't here, just explain the behind the scenes. What's it like? So we can see the arena behind us, but the stables and the warm-up arena in a big convention centre indoors, which is that a good thing?
Yeah, absolutely. The horses and the warm-up arena is in one indoor. The warm-up arena is quite big. I have to say it's really nice to warm up there. The air is quite good. All doors are open. This is not normal because sometimes they keep the doors closed. But for the horses, for the riders, for the grooms, the facilities are great. And we're looking forward to have a great show this weekend.
We certainly are. Thank you very much to the two Marcos for joining me. Marco, good luck in this first class one for the whole of the weekend.